The big talking point at the moment in MMA is the way that the UFC heavyweight title fight ended this past weekend, where Tom Aspinall couldn't continue after an eye poke. Obviously, the days where you were competing compared to now have changed a lot. But what was your take in terms of the aftermath? Some people kind of questioning whether Tom could have continued. Obviously, it's quite subjective in the sense that we don't know what he felt. But what was your overall kind of opinion on seeing that?
Well, this is what I always say. Open hand strikes were in Japan, right? Try to find a fight where somebody got poked in the eyes. It's very weird, right? I mean, we all know it's illegal. We all know that it's not good. We all know this is a stupid thing to do to keep your opponent off. Well, that's either the coach's fault or it is done on purpose. Now, do I say it's on purpose done? Of course not. I'm not saying that, but on one of the two, right? The coach should have said the whole training camp, don't put your fingers out, don't put your fingers out, because there is a chance that this might happen. And for these people, it's the same, with McGregor with the shoulder punch, and then some people say, oh yeah, but that's not a hard punch. Oh, stand there. You watch what's going to happen. And if you don't expect it, that's the thing. The punch you don't see coming, that's the knockout. You're simply not ready for it. Otherwise, you can brace or you can go with the punch, you know. But you're an eye poke. I mean, if you have a double vision and you're fighting a killer, you shouldn't be fighting. I wouldn't do it. And yes, your ego might come up and say, okay, I'll take the fight. And then what if you lose? Because your depth perception is going to be off. It's just not a smart thing to do. You're fighting the best guys in the world. So I think for Tom Aspinall, there's no way that he should have fought. He knows because that's the guy that if he does get fight, he will do it. But that's people. And up till then, I heard that Gane was doing really well because I didn't see it. I was traveling. And that's of course when you get those talks, right? Says, oh, because probably he was doing really well, he didn't want to fight anymore. People have no idea what it is to be in there. And there's a lot of ego going on. And trust me, your ego does not want to let go. My face was smashed in, nose flat. And that was a moment that you go like, hey, that nose bone into the brain, is that a true story? I literally asked Big John. And he goes, no. I go, screw it, then I'll fight. But you do these things because I'm not, I always tell this, I'm not like all the other fighters. Like these fighters who say, I want to die in a cage. I go, yeah, not me. I have a family I love very much. I enjoy life. So let's try to stay alive. If there's a moment that, you can get knocked out by a heavyweight and a really good heavyweight, because you decided to be stupid to keep on fighting with an eye that is thinking has double vision. Yeah, not a smart thing. So I'm with Tom.
You mentioned briefly there about them warning you already ahead of time about eye pokes. Like everyone knows that you can't do it, and they stress that. Do you think there needs to be either a lot of people have spoken about how can we make this not happen, whether it's changing the gloves, whether it's stricter punishments for doing it, things like that. What do you think would be kind of the best possible solution?
I would say every red card do what Prize Fighting Championships did.
Mm-hmm.
10% of your pay gone. Boom, hurt them in the financial business. Watch, they have the rules. That's the same with crime. You put heavy things on a crime, suddenly people don't do it anymore because now if you get caught, oh, now you're going to be in trouble, and that's the only way it works. And it's annoying because now again everybody starts talking about, oh, did he could have continued. It's just annoying for the fighters. People have never been there. They never did anything like that. So yeah, penalties and money I think should hurt somebody because let's face it, we all fight for money, right? Sure, we fight for glory, but eventually, you would like to fight for the money. Yeah, we didn't because we didn't make any money all the way back. But still, you learn how to live with that kind of money. So yeah, a big penalty. That will be it.